Hi gang, just woke up, so I thought I'd serenade you with a song. It's about my life and something I need to come to realize, and all of you should come to realize. Take it as it is, digest it, soak it in, then use it as you will.
Bo Burnham is back. After 5 years of hiatus from the stand-up comedy scene, Bo has announced his brand new special, performed, filmed and directed all by himself in his room in lockdown. The special Inside is releasing this year, and it's safe to say it's highly anticipated. I'm such a big fan of Bo and his work, so I thought it'd be fun to take a look back at the incredible career he has and look at what makes him just so great. The earliest work of Bo's is on his YouTube channel. In December of 2006, a 16-year-old boy uploaded My Whole Family Thinks I'm Gay, a comedy song about, well, his whole family thinking he's gay.
My whole family now is shocked. I'm in the closet and the door is locked. Now my glory days are gone. I was John Elway, now I'm Elton John.
A song definitely more suited to the time, but nevertheless, at only 16 he showed a natural skill for comedy, performing and lyricism. The video as of today sits at 10 million views. Bo quickly gathered a following online, with his edgy humour and offensive lyrics becoming very popular.
From the start it was easy to see, this was the girl for me. Who cares if she was 83?
In fact, he deferred his placement at New York's University School of the Arts in order to pursue a career in comedy. He performed in small venues, slowly perfecting his craft, as well as still uploading to his YouTube channel. In 2008, Bo was signed with Comedy Central Records and released his first EP, Bo for Show, all at the age of just 17 years old. Around this time, he also met director and producer Jude Apatow. This was Bo's first glimpse into Hollywood, landing himself some minor roles in American Virgin, Funny People, and Hall Pass, to name a few. This then brings us on to 2010. In this year, he really made a name for himself in the comedy scene. On May 21st, 2010, Bo Burnham released his first stand-up special, Words, 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 alongside a CD version of the show. The special was hilarious and was a huge success, but that wasn't why this was such a good year for Bo. He closes his first special with the first solely introspective song, Art is Dead.
Art is dead, art is dead, art is dead.
Now over a decade old, Art is Dead is still considered by many to be the performer's magnum opus, being a breakdown and criticism of the entertainment industry as a whole, something that would become very synonymous with the Bo Burnham brand. Art is Dead put Bo Burnham on the map, and he later performed it in front of comedy legends at the Green Room with Paul Provenza, but I want to come back to that performance later in the video. Over the next few years, Bo was fairly quiet when it comes to public appearances. Then, in 2013, Bo released his first Netflix stand-up special, What? Also released for free on his YouTube channel and is still available to this day. What managed to capture the same humour of a 16-year-old Bo in his room making songs, but upscaled for the big stage. He also integrated more of his introspective humour and comments on the industry as a whole, ending the show with We Think We Know You, a performance where Bo expresses his feelings on the downside of being a public figure.
Mr. Bow, we think you've changed, bro. We know best.
You suck.
We think you've changed, bro. We know best.
You suck.
We think we know
You.
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 We think we know.
In 2013, Bo also released his MTV show Zach Stone is Gonna Be Famous.
Zach Stone is gonna be famous. Zach Stone is gonna be famous.
Starring and written by Bo, Zack Stone, obsessed with becoming famous, uses all his savings for college to hire a film crew to document his everyday life. The show was enjoyed by both fans and critics, but was cancelled after just one season due to poor ratings. However, Bo claims that the show was only envisioned to be one season anyway, which... Sure, Bo, whatever helps you sleep at night. It wasn't until 2016 until Bo's next special, Make Happy, which this time was exclusively on Netflix. Make Happy tends to be the favourite of his two specials for most people. Personally, I find What funnier, but enjoy Make Happy just as much, if not more, for other aspects of the show. Bo is just so much more in his element in Make Happy. He's clearly grown a lot over the 3 years in between specials, and it shows. He owns the stage like never before. One thing I do find interesting about Make Happy is the structure. It almost follows a 3-arc narrative with a beginning, middle, and end. This is something more prevalent in TV, films, books, not a stand-up special. In fact, I can't think of many other examples of a performance like this, structured in the way Bo handles it. You can just tell how much work and passion he's put into every single line in this special. Ending the show with his iconic performance, Can't Handle This. Honestly, if you have not seen this, do yourself a favour and go watch it, then come back to this video. It's incredible. In just 7 minutes, Bo will have you crying with laughter to crying actual tears. This, I guess, brings me on to why Bo Burnham is so good. And to me, it can be broken down to one word: honesty. Bo is one of the most honest people in the entertainment industry, not just today, but ever. He is constantly making fun of typical celebs who do what they do for money, and the corporations and suits behind it all.
We know it's not right, we know it's not funny, but we'll stop beating this dead horse when it stops spitting out money.
Maybe sometimes he gives a little too far, but you know, he's got to get his message across. Take Art Is Dead for an example. The song is about the irony of people looking up to performers and artists, when the whole thing is just that, a performance. Bo says things like, I'm wearing makeup, it's all an illusion. Calling out the hypocrisy of many performers, Bo says, I slept in late where you worked at the drugstore. I want to go back to his rendition of Art Is Dead at the Green Room. Bo is surrounded by a small audience and some comedy legends. Look at the faces of the audience and the comedians when Bo says this.
This money you worked really hard for. I slept in late while you worked at the drugstore. My drug's attention, I am an addict, but I get paid to indulge in my habit. It's all an illusion. I'm wearing makeup, makeup. Art is dead, so people think you're funny. How do we get those people's money?
The audience are laughing, but the comedians? Far from it. Well, maybe except Ray. They know what Bo is saying is true. The facade is broken, and for what might be the first time in these celebrities' lives, they're being told that they are not heroes, they're not special, they're just people. Audiences respect honesty. That's what makes Bo so special. He's not perfect. Not every joke he tells lands. There are better musicians out there, and there are better singers. But what makes Bo so good is he knows this, and he owns it. He plays up to his anxious, childlike persona. He purposely skips words in his songs and intentionally hits the wrong notes when playing. Because that's not what matters during the show. All that matters to him is the performance, giving people a good time, and for Bo, getting his message out there. Bo, like many celebrities, is just another person. He's honest about this, and that's what people respect. Take the end of Make Happy. He ends the show, firstly, by turning the lights on. Bo makes it so him and the audience are on the same level. The stage lights are gone, and he is kneeling down to the audience. He then goes on to make an amazing speech about his generation, his performance, and how social media has become an almost 1984 dystopian platform, where everyone is performing and on the go all the time. He then says something very interesting to set up his final song.
That if you can live your life without an audience, you should do it.
This sets up his final song of the show, Can't Handle This. Starting off as a fun song spoofing Kanye West, Bo jokes about the size of Pringle can tubes and the struggles of ordering burritos. But like he says himself, it's really not about burritos.
The truth is my biggest problem's you.
Bo repeats, I wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit throughout this song. The burrito is just a metaphor for himself and his career.
Wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't.
He's saying if he knew that the industry was like this and the negative sides of being famous beforehand, then he wouldn't have taken this part. Circling back to what he was talking about earlier in the speech, this for me is such a tear-jerking performance. The emotion Bo conveys in this song is incredible, and we see a man filled with regret, conflicted with his love of performing and making people happy against his hatred for the industry and being on the spotlight 24/7. The show then abruptly ends with an emotional Bo saying,
Thank you, good night, I hope you're happy.
We fade into what looks like Bo's room with a piano and he sings Are You Happy, ending the show on a bittersweet note. This ending for me, and it is for me, was when I fell in love with Bo as a performer. After this, it felt like Bo was done with the stand-up comedy game. Writing and directing the film 8th Grade, widely critically acclaimed in 2018, and he also directed some stand-up for the likes of Chris Rock. But for the last 2 years, Bo was pretty much radio silent, until he announced his new special this year, Inside, and I for one cannot wait to see what he does next.
Are you happy? You're everything you hated. Are you happy?